Monsters, movies, and mayhem.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Thank you. It's a great day for America, everybody. Ain't that right, Jeff?
That's right.
Welcome back, everybody, to Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem, aka MMM, or as I like to say, I'm your host, Murderface. And with me, because he's chained to his seat, Jeff. Jeff, how you doing?
I lost all feeling in my left leg.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. It's too bad you don't have a leg to stand on, but let's talk about a movie that does have legs to stand on. Men, from 2022. Every time I say this movie, the title of this movie, it reminds me of that scene from The Simpsons when they're all watching The View and the View women just go, men. And the crowd just boos. But what else came out in 2022? Let's lift off. I'm gonna let you start off listing off these movies.
2022 started off strong with X, and then we had Nope, Talk to Me, Pearl, prequel to X, Barbarian, Smile, Terrifier 2, Fresh, Orphan First Kill, Prey. Prey was awesome.
Prey, when the predator just lifts up the bear above him, rips it open, and the blood just showers him. It was disgusting, but it was awesome. We also had Halloween Ends, Scream 5, The Northman, which was awesome, and Deadstream. But going back to Men 2022, this was written and directed by Alex Garland, who wrote and directed Ex Machina, Annihilation, and the Devs TV show. This is a pretty big movie, especially coming from him. He wrote The Beach, the novel The Beach, which was turned into a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. He wrote the 28 Days Later screenplay. He wrote the screenplay for Dread, and even did some video games like Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, and Devil May Cry DMC. The cast for this movie isn't very large, but the actors in it make up for it. We have Jessie Buckley as Harper. She had played Juliet in 2021's Romeo and Juliet, and also played Oretta Mayflower in the Fargo TV show. We also have Papa Asidu as James. He went on to be on the show Black Mirror.
I'm a background character in Black Mirror.
Dude, your IMDb is stacked. And then we have Rory Kinnear as every man in this movie. He plays Jeffrey the landlord, the naked man, the priest, the bar owner, the police officer, and then they add his face over a kid's face. You know, I like this movie because the title and the trailer make it seem very on the nose. Like, yeah, it's time for this kind of movie. That it's going to be all about how men are terrible and women are going to be either going to suffer for it. But rather than having a movie being objective and being forced to encounter people's subjective opinions, the strange dream states, like the scenes make it open for interpretation. Alex Garland made the first draft 15 years ago. Like many of his screenplays, they develop over time. Attack on Titan, he had referenced Attack on Titan as being an influence for one of the scenes, specifically the birth scene, which was a mutation scene by being just on the edge of ridiculous. I thought it would have been influenced by Society with its 80s body horror. Well, the horror comes in different ways throughout the movie. A small glitch on her video call with face mutations, being impaled from falling off a roof, a distant stranger following you in the forest, and top of the line body horror involving a cycle of immediate back-to-back pregnancies. But there is a ton of folk horror with the town seeming to be okay with Harper being stalked by a naked man who turns out to be the Green Man in folklore. Jeff, do you know anything about the Green Man?
Yeah, he's a distant cousin, twice removed. He's a European mythology and paganism.
That's right. He's the god of spring, meaning rebirth, and the end of winter. And you can see his face in a bunch of the churches and the old buildings.
Yeah, they were talking about him in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I think after watching this a few times, there's a lot of different ways to interpret the movie, so I'm going to focus on why the Green Man is after Harper. In a mythological sense, men can't, mythological and physical, men can't create life the way women can. So the Green Man got jealous, so he became the god of spring and rebirth, because that's the next best thing to creating life. And when he sees a woman like Harper, divorced, turning away from the traditional life of motherhood, comes to his town, who still has his face like everywhere. She looks to heal and rebirth her life after her husband's death. The Green Man is insulted to him, she is taking the gift of being a woman for granted, and now he's going to show her just how much worse it could be. So at the end, he shows her the horror of birth and rebirth if men had to go through it. Then when he shapeshifts into her late husband, she asks, "What do you want?" And he says, "Your love." She knows he can't see her as a person, only as a woman who's lost her way, and he's stuck in his ways. So he's going in circles of rebirth while Harper changes and grows as a person. Men is up there with a lot of gender horror, like The Stepford Wives or Rosemary's Baby. When I first heard about this, I immediately thought this is just gonna be like male bashing, but it's got a lot deeper meaning, and plus the adding the Green Man mythology was a smart move. It was really good. I watch this movie every now and then. Well, what would you rate this one, Jeff?
This movie's a solid 10. I recommend this to everybody. It's wild.
When this came out, I asked everybody, "Have you seen Men? You got to watch it," because it's one of those the scenes that the body horror scenes. It's up there with Titan and Society. You got to watch it for the scene that I'm talking about. I mean, the director said he was inspired by Attack on Titan for this scene, so it's definitely a 10 out of 10. I'll tell you what else is a 10 out of 10. It's this show, Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem, aka MMM, or as I like to say, Sign us out, Jeff.
Unpleasant dreams.
Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem.